collections held at the Black Country Museum recognise the unparalleled contribution of the area during the Industrial Revolution. The region was uniquely rich in coal, ironstone, limestone and fireclay. Steam power and the densest network of waterways in the country saw people flock to the area in the hope of finding work and opportunity. In the mid-19th century, the Black Country produced 22% of Britain's total output of iron. The range of nails, chains, anchors, edge tools, locks, anvils, vices, steel traps, pots and pans brought worldwide fame to the area. Indeed, the cast iron pillars and glass used to create the Crystal Palace for the Great Exhibition of 1851 came from the area. Anchors for Brunel's famous ship, the Great Eastern, and the White Company's Titanic were also made in the Black Country. And in 1829, workers supplied America with its very first steam locomotive, named the Stourbridge Lion. In 1970, it was decided that such was the importance of the Black Country, a museum should be created to celebrate its rich history. It was hoped that by creating an outdoor living experience, it would be possible to preserve actual buildings and their artefacts, and the skills could be demonstrated by costume presenters. The site comprises of 26 acres and links to the embankments of the original Oxford, Worcester and Wolverhampton Railway, opened in 1852. It also meets with the Dudley Canal, which has been refurbished, so now operates working narrowboats. There are also 2 uncovered coal pits. To create the Black Country landscape, the curators augmented the existing landscape with buildings, shops, houses, outbuildings, workshops and large industrial buildings. A visit to the museum makes it possible to immerse yourself into what life was like in the region when it was at the peak of its industrial power. The sight, smell, taste and feel of a bygone era. The buildings and the costume demonstrators bring the experience to life. It tells of the poverty, overcrowding and deprivation that is unimaginable today. The experience of seeing this in the first person is far more powerful than teaching children about it in the confines of a classroom. As part of the educational visit, there is a history detectives exercise where children can understand the lives of children from this era. They have key facts that they need to find out from the character. The pupils meet the child in their home and use their historical inquiry techniques to ask them the right questions to gain the information they require. Whilst this is fantastic in relation to building their historical knowledge, it will also support their creativity when capturing the experience in literacy works such as narratives and diaries, so a great cross-curricular activity. The children will explore the museum, understanding the key events and inventions that occurred during the Industrial Revolution and beyond. The buildings, artefacts, landscape, photographs and information boards, coupled with the knowledgeable costume demonstrators, ensure that any inquiries can be answered. This visit would support the work that the children are currently doing in their history lessons in regards to the Industrial Revolution and the work that is planned going forward. It links well with the national curriculum, which asks that children can ask perspective questions, think critically, weigh evidence, sift arguments and develop perspective and judgment. Understand how people's lives have been shaped by this nation and how Britain has influenced and been influenced by the wider world. Understand continuity and change, cause and consequence, similarity, difference and significance. Make connections, draw contrasts and analyse trends. To understand the connections between local, regional, national and international history, between cultural, economic, military, political, religious and social history, and between short and long-term timescales. This local history study of an era that was significant during the turning point that was the Industrial Revolution is part of the curriculum framework.
Yeah, but 100 years ago you wouldn't have just been unhappy, you would have been